My name is Alyssa Arminio, and I'm the COO of SJP Collection. At SJP Collection, I am responsible for overseeing kind of all areas of the business. I'm fortunate enough to touch all areas of the business. I work very closely with Sarah Jessica to kind of be her eyes and her ears when she isn't able to be here. I work across all departments, making sure that people are on schedule, communicating with each other, know what they need to be doing when they need to be doing it, and make sure that, if Sarah Jessica can't be here every day, it's as if she is here every day because she has the necessary information. I'm also, one of the people who sees the business from the front end and the back end. So, if our numbers are great, I see that. If our numbers aren't so great, I see that. And I can try and strategically plan to move the business forward as needed. I don't work primarily in retail, but I have worked in retail before, and it didn't feel intuitive. Sarah Jessica used to always say, I go into a store and they click a button and then you check out. I just want to have that kind of POS system in our store. And I feel like with KWI, the problem has been solved. I worked in the store over the weekend. We were a bit understaffed, and it had been a couple months since my last time using the program, and I was afraid it'd be rusty. And I logged in and it was like muscle memory because it's easy, because it's intuitive, because it just makes sense. There's always going to be a special scenario where someone has, a tax exemption card, or is doing a return, or is paying half cash, half credit. Those things always take an extra step. But for the most part, you have someone coming in and buying something with a credit card, and it just shouldn't be 45 steps to get there. So I think for us, we just wanted a system that worked the same way we do, which is efficiently and quickly and to the point. And as I said, I think we found all of those things in KWI. So when we had started looking for a new POS system, we did a lot of research. I will say most of our research just happened online, but we started to read about other people who had businesses similar in size, what they were using. You have a couple of candidates in the mix and you talk to people and you find one that aligns best with what you need. And for us, it was KWI. It is light years better than the platform we were using prior. One of the things I think that makes it different, and in being different better among many things, is how easy it is to input customer information and refer back to that. I feel like there are so many different ways to pull up a customer, whether it's needing to refer to a previous transaction or to pull their address for a shipment. There are so many different ways to get to the same place. So if if it's by transaction, if it's by a credit card, if it's by a customer name, if it's by searching the date, there are so many, I don't know her last name. Well, what date she make the purchase? I know her name, but I don't know when. That's fine too. I know what shoe she bought, but I don't know. There are so many ways to get where you need to go. And I feel like with all, it's not the same for all other POS systems. They're just not as easy to function. You don't always have all bits of information, but I feel like KWI really sets you up for success. We were fully trained by KWI staff. We were invited to their offices to sit and learn about the back end, which really is the reporting side of it and how you can log into the portal and pull information. Is it inventory information? Is it end of day reporting? We learned how to do all of that, how to export the different reports. There were reports we never knew we needed that we use daily now. And then we actually had KWI as a secondary time come into our store and show us the actual system. So we all got an iPad, we all got, I think there was iPhones and iPads. We all sat around and had a different tool and really got a walkthrough of how to use it. And I have to say, I remember that was a day I could only be there for an hour, and I learned it. It was easy, it was efficient. That was my one and only time ever getting any kind of rundown from A to Z on how to use it. And like I said, I walked in the store last weekend, which was easily half a year after this implementation. And it was like, it couldn't have been easier. So they were there to answer every question. They followed up and checked in on us. It couldn't have been smoother and more seamless. KWI helps our store associates, I would say, primarily be efficient. When you work for a small company and you are working in a store and there aren't a lot of sales associates and it gets busy, there are a lot of bodies in the store and a lot of people that need to be helped. And I feel like the traffic always ends up at the POS. So you have people that want to try on shoes, and you have people that need a new size of a shoe, and you have people that haven't even been greeted yet. But you have that bottleneck at the POS. And the second that you have a system that is slow or lagging, or you don't know how to do something, I've been in the situation so many times, not even just in this company, but in previous retail experience, it's embarrassing and it's like all encompassing because you're like, I don't know what to do. I can't conclude this transaction without solving this problem, and I don't know how to solve this problem without calling a manager or calling corporate and praying that they'll pick up their phone. So to have a system where you're not faced with those issues and where there is efficiency and where a transaction can go from point A to point Z smoothly and quickly, it makes all the difference for our sales associates because they can do their job better and serve additional customers better. It just makes traffic flow easier and it makes the day smoother. And honestly, I know that in total, it helps our sales. From a back-end perspective, as I mentioned before, the reporting, it's so simple and easy and answers all of the questions that you could ever need. You know, if you need information, there is a report on KWI that will quickly and efficiently deliver it to you. So I feel like for us on the corporate end of it, you know, really analyzing sales or analyzing inventory or doing replenishment orders, I feel like it's been super helpful in that perspective too. You know, it's been helpful here on the sales floor, but it's also really been helpful upstairs in our corporate offices as well. As with any, I think, new software or new program, there are always questions that arise at the beginning and in those first few months. We had an issue that was totally an our end issue this week that was something as silly as needing to reset a password. And you know, we have been calling and they've been helpful every step of the way. And then today actually ran into someone whose job is absolutely not to reset passwords, and he was even aware of it and wanted to check in and make sure that it had gotten solved. So the fact that they care that much about not only being efficient and quick on the phone with, you know, helping whatever the issue is, word spreads and they care that much about their clients that they want to make sure that things have been, you know, all the loose ends have been tied. That is very meaningful. And I don't think it happens at every company. Undoubtedly, our sales figures daily are higher now than they were prior. Is it a coincidence?